the first out-of-body pop event, so that's with this kind of branding and this kind of naming. The first one that we did was in early 2023. The number one thing that neurodiverse people benefit from is having distinct spaces with distinct activities. So we've got this area here where we can do painting and socializing. We've also got a kind of cafe behind the camera where we can have kind of like a quiet area for kind of decompressing. We've got the dance floor through this door for kind of like loud music, which is a very different environment, it's darker. And we also allow people to enter and re-enter the space. We're helping you find a space within the event where you can take a bit of time to just calm down, relax, arrive. Maybe you're processing stuff from the day beforehand, maybe the journey was a little bit challenging. But if you can say, okay, I want to sit quietly, or I want to paint, I want to dance, or I don't want to talk to people, then that makes that whole thing easier. I also had a big focus on inviting lots of different creatives into the space. Local painters, musicians, dancers, so that you've got lots of different people who are contributing creatively in different ways, who can then invite their friends to come along, and it means that you've got, rather than just saying, right, we're having a party, we've got a bunch of DJs, come and watch the DJs, you've got a bunch of different stuff going on.
I started painting like what I could see on the dance floor, so just like shapes, and I loved that art was interlinking with dance. Yeah.
For me, I mean, I've just been here like for the past, I think, 1 hour, and my highlight's just been watching my housemates, dance and see what they're made of.
A lot of people come. I think maybe 180 people were at the first event, including all the volunteers, which is huge. It's actually the biggest one I've ever done. And people really loved it. I had people there with cerebral palsy. I had people there. I had people there with long COVID who would have been exhausted going to an event. I had someone who was a new mother who hadn't been to a music event since giving birth. I had someone who was celebrating Ramadan. They couldn't have gone to an event in the evening because they would have just got exhausted, or they would have needed to eat.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's a very chilled event. Free space. Everyone is free to express themselves.
Yeah.
Painting, dancing, music. It's just chilled, and I love it.
Yeah, I think all the dancers, it creates a vibe. You walk in and there's energy. So yeah.
Initially, I was funding it myself. I have had funding from Arts Council England in the past. That's how we've got these. This is paid for by Arts Council funding. I think that the thing that was really big was COVID and lockdown. I think that was a really big thing for inspiring these events. A lot more people had the chance to diagnose themselves with neurodiversity, and I think there was a lot more discussion online around it. And also I think a lot more people had challenges with mental health at that time, myself included. After returning to COVID, returning back to events and returning back to unlocked down life, I think that a lot of people found it harder to socialise than they did beforehand. I also do think that generally, people drink less when they're in spaces that are more comfortable for them. In fact, I've actually talked to people DJs who've said that when they're DJing in a bar, the manager of the bar will ask them to turn up the volume because it makes people buy more drink. I do think that mainstream venues are starting to change their approach to inclusivity. There's a project called Dance Floor Intimacy that I know has been meeting up with a lot of big venues and talking to them about how they can improve things.